Hi, this is Doug from GameShampoo, and today I'm going to be doing a very common upgrade to the PlayStation 3. This is one of the older fat PS3s, but a lot of these notes can still be taken over to the slim model for this particular bit. We are going to upgrade the hard drive. Now, the process itself isn't that hard. Alright, you just get pop this open, which they didn't make too easy. And then you've got your first little bit here of this blue screw. Now this part begins to vary from model to model. There can be a pull tab, it can just come out. It's really not that hard to deal with. However, it just seems like that. To do the whole thing, you are going to need one of these very fine tip Phillips heads. And I tried bigger ones and they just don't fit. My research before I even started into this said you wanted something that fit because these screws strip very easily. And a stripped screw is getting harder and harder to actually come out. The harder it is, the more damage you may do, and the more you need a replacement screw. Now, starting off, you want to go for this. Take a little time to loosen them in advance. You see there's our cat Molly. She's a fine little girl. I would also recommend when you're first pulling the screws out, use a wrench. Just grab one of these about there. That way you can get a lot more torque going in your favor. And trust me, you will want that. Now remember, before you actually swap the hard drive, take the time to back up at least your game saves. Thanks. The more information you have on your PS3, the longer it's going to take. However, there are also a few things that can go wrong with that. I attempted to do a backup onto a thumb drive about 7 times prior to the ultimate solution I came to, which was use PlayStation Plus and just cloud save all my stuff. And every time I got an error. What was the number? Here we are, 800100038. That means that there's a corrupted file somewhere in there, A, corrupted file, B, copy protected information. Those are bad things and you can't really work around them. The best thing to do there is just get like a 1 month, 3 month, year subscription to PlayStation Plus. No, most of the time I don't endorse it, but this time it was the simplest solution because you can grab your game saves, which is the most important part, and throw them all onto the cloud. I still recommend having a thumb drive because if you have one of these things that has backwards compatibility, you can't back up your saves to the cloud. The best you can do is actually use the memory utilities, so you can then just chuck it right onto the thumb drive. Now, the next step of this is actually go across this and loosen the screws. I took some time in advance to familiarize myself with this, so they're actually coming out a lot easier. Once again, wrench, screwdriver, and you'll be fine. I also highly recommend having a plate. This is mostly so you have a place to put the screws. I haven't really shown them, so I will take a moment to do so. This is the grand total of the blue screw. Freaking tiny. All the screws that I'm pulling out from the hard drive enclosure itself are even smaller. If you have one place you can put them where they're plainly visible, you won't have any trouble with this process at all outside of the time it takes. And that's largely doing backups. Yes, okay, girl. Alright, one more screw, and the hard drive will be loose. Go. Now, This part actually gets universal. Oh, you can either slide it out or lift it up and pull it out. This is the original hard drive itself. Seagate 80 gig. Basic. Put that there. This is the brand new hard drive. Honestly, same people, Seagate, just 500 gig hard drive. As you play a PlayStation 3, you want more and more memory, honestly. Oh, WB. My bad. Wrong company. No, still. So, take, insert, make sure this, the end with the spokes, goes on the bottom. You can either just retrace it the exact same way you pull it out, but you can also just slide it right in. At that point, grab your screws, put them back in. Just bear with me, it's a necessary evil. Well, for those of you not too familiar with this, just tightening them, go to the right, loosen them, go to the left. Thankfully, they're all tiny screws, and if there's one advantage to that, it is plain and simple in that it doesn't take long to get them screwed back in. There we go. Just making sure. Always double check your work when doing this. You don't want any leftover parts. That means you missed something. So, halfway done with the screws. There we go. Right, one more screw. At least on the hard drive enclosure itself. Come on, little dearie. There we go. There we go. Once again, and this is important to say, do not strip the screws. Give them a little extra twist, but by no means you want to go super hard on it. The harder you go, the more likely you're to damage the screws, the more likely you won't be able to do this if you ever want to do it again. So, next part, take, insert back into the PS3 with the hard drive, the new hard drive, slide it over, grab the blue screw, this is the final bit, place, screw it in, pretty basic. Grab hard disk cover, 1, 2, there you go. That's all it takes to completely upgrade your hard drive from a little 80 gigabytes to 500 gigabytes. This process does vary, like I said, from PS3 to PS3. That's largely just in the getting it out. The rest of it is what I just did. Lots of screws, pop in, you're done. At any rate, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to our channel for various updates and other fun little bits where we're teaching you how to do things. Well, take care.